Okay, we got Leonard from iFixit Auto Glass putting a new windshield in our new O2 crew cab. You needing the auto glass work and you're in Anchorage, Alaska, or you want to drive up here, he's the guy to put your windshield in. Hey, welcome back to the Car Doctor Clinic here at the Mount Sinai Medical Facilities in Anchorage, Alaska. I'm Tim. Appreciate you stopping by. Got some more real-world diagnosis and repair here. Hopefully the repair part we're able to accomplish. Today, this patient is a O2 Ford Escape 3.0 liter. The patient's complaining of a high idle, difficulty braking. High idle in park or drive. So basically the vehicle's like on constant cruise control. So we brought the vehicle in. It's actually well below zero outside today. And it's a little bit of a popsicle. It's been in here thawing out for just briefly. But we're gonna take a look, see what's going on. I know there's some recalls on these for similar issue with the throttle cable sticking. So that's always a possibility. You know, one thing to note real quick, if this you're having this type of issue with your vehicle, it may be unsafe to operate. So be careful. You may have difficulty stopping. So anyway, we'll just take a look under the hood, see if there's any vacuum hoses that have fallen off. Get that out of the way first before we dig any deeper. Looking here at the PCV hose, the brake booster vacuum hose, that all looks good. I should also say that this patient's complaining of a check engine light illuminated, so we'll definitely want to check the stored codes here after I make sure there's no vacuum leaks. I'm going to check that the throttle plate's actually returning to the closed position. Okay, I can see that the throttle cable is loose and the plate returns to the closed position. So I don't think it's a throttle cable. Next step, I'm just going to plug in our soulless edge and access the stored codes and see what we got. If anything in the stored code department. Okay, we'll go ahead and retrieve all codes. See what we got. This takes approximately 2 minutes. Okay, I should have just done a key on, engine off, memory check, but looks like we have in the PCM just one code, P1506, idle air control overspeed error. Got an airbag code and gym module, a B1352. Okay, go to Identifix. I've entered in high idle in the search bar and it's come up with quite a few tips involving issues with PCV, idle air control solenoid, vacuum hoses, throttle cable, lots of idle air control valve problems and a few of those throttle cable issues. but let's enter the code P1506. The engine idle's high, running about 1200 RPM in park. PCM setting keep alive memory code P1506. The intake was removed and the gaskets replaced. Blah blah blah. Lots of PCV valve problems and idle air control solenoid issues. Okay. Let's go directly to this tip. It's a pretty cool feature of Identifix. Some real world issues and fixes. This tip's applicable to 01, 02 escapes with this issue. With the engine idling, disconnect the IAC solenoid. This should cause the idle to drop. If it's still high, check for PCV valve problems, vacuum leak. If the idle drops low, replace the IAC solenoid. I don't know that that's a really good check. So it sounds like some people are having problems with the PCV valve, the little spring allowing unmetered air to pass through in the valve. That's interesting. Might as well disconnect the IAC and see how it behaves. Here's another great feature of Identifix. I've just entered high idle in the search bar, and it'll pull up all the TSBs, all the tech tips, and in this case the recall for vehicle speed control cables, and it's the only recall for this vehicle, and let's see, the campaign number is 04 Victor 574000, affecting models 2002 through 2004 Ford Escapes, and the defect is on certain vehicle builds with the 3-liter engine. The accelerator cable may prevent the throttle from returning fully to the idle position and then create a high idle problem and an unexpected idle speed and increasing the stopping distance required to bring your vehicle to a stop, and that can result in a crash. So if you think your vehicle may be affected by this recall issue or this campaign, then you basically need to contact the dealer with your VIN code and check with them to see if it's covered under this recall. Anyway, this tip's going to be helpful if you do have a Ford Escape or Mazda Tribute, I would say 01 through 04, and you're experiencing similar issues of high idle not, or throttle not returning to idle rapidly after accelerating, or stored code P1505, P1504, P1506, or P1507 idle air control circuit fault. Here's the IAC. So this is a test that you could do without a scan tool at this point. If you just knew what your code was, we could attempt disconnecting the IAC with the engine idling and see if that idle comes down. Let's give it a try, see what happens. Okay, well, we've got under 1,000 RPM right now, and that seems kind of normal. I haven't put it in drive. We're maintaining under 1,000 RPMs right now. Seems to be kind of normal, but I'm noticing negative long-term fuel trims on both banks, which is a little concerning there. It's in closed loop. Okay. Looks like my O2s are switching fairly normally. .825 RPM. So just for kicks, I'll disconnect the IAC, and that has no effect on the idle. There, actually, it's dropping down. Wow. Now I reconnect it and it won't clear up to 1800. Let's see what it does in drive. Okay. So, idle just doesn't really return to idle very responsibly. But the throttle plate is returning to closed position. Just that the idle air valve is slow to respond back down. Okay, so basically it seems like it's just not returning to idle after you snap the throttle or if you're driving along. I didn't spend a lot of time test driving this morning before I pulled it in because it was so cold anyway. But anyway, so we verified that's what it's doing. I think I'll just disconnect the IAC and snap the throttle and see how it returns. Let's do it without it. It's very slowly coming back down. We're at 2500 and falling. Seems like it's just stuck right now. Throttle's closed. So I'm going to let it return to idle. Here we're almost at 1,000. And then I'm going to disconnect the IAC. Okay, we're under 1,000. Now I'll snap the throttle again. Comes right back. Okay. Idle speed command. Okay, it's the IAC command is at 40. Increase that to 80. Idle responds rapidly. Let's decrease it. And it just doesn't return. No. So that valve's just not returning. It's almost like a spring, return spring issue. I think we got a dirty mass airflow. Throttle position voltage looks normal for closed throttle. IAC percentage 9. Yeah. I think I'm ready to condemn that part. Okay, let's go ahead and change this valve out real quick. Just depress the connector lock, remove the connector, and then remove the 2 attaching bolts. And there's the part. So I've got the Motorcraft replacement part, and it's slightly different, I think. Slightly different pintle spring. There's no pintle spring here. So it looks a little bit different. It does say that installation of this part may require PCM recalibration prior to installation. I'm gonna, it says contact the dealer if you want to know what that means. I'm gonna assume that means clearing the keep alive memory and just relearning the idle, but there may be an outside chance it's supposed to have a PCM update for this replacement valve. That would suck. Okay, another thing I'm going to do real quickly is clean this mass airflow. We had those negative fuel trims, and on both banks, I'm just suspicious that this may be the cause. So I'm just going to spray some mass airflow cleaner down in there, clean it up real quick. Should really pull the whole intake air duct out. But I'm lazy. It may kind of cause the car to be a little bit flooded here when we restart it. So I'm going to go to functional tests and clear my keep alive memory, reset cam. Oh, I gotta turn the key on. Reset completed. And that should clear the fault codes as well. We'll just do it again anyway. Code's cleared. And let's go ahead and start it. Let's see how it goes here. Okay, right off the bat here, I see it returns to idle immediately. Not hanging up like it was. Good thing. Let her warm up a little bit. So we're in closed loop. Fuel trims are just about zero here. I say we got the fuel trim issue under control. Very nice. Of the idle speed command. Go into the test mode, so we're at 40%. Bring that up to 70, and it responded rapidly. We'll take it back down. Immediately dropped down. Idle is very responsive. Very nice. Okay, well, I'll go ahead and button this one up. I'm going to take it for a test drive and just confirm that it's operating, behaving normally out on the road, but sure looking good so far. Anyway, I might send him by the dealer to check for the latest PCM update, just in case on that updated part, but it's behaving normally, so I don't suspect that'll be an issue. Yeah, thank you for stopping by, and I really appreciate all the likes and subscriptions to our channel, and I wish you good luck with your repairs. Have a good one.